What once was a parking lot is slowly becoming not a parking lot. We think maybe someone bought some land right here and they started building a foundation, like you can see, but maybe this one broke and they couldn't finish the construction. They just left it and abandoned it. But everything's growing on and smashing it up, so it's pretty cool. So plant life grows in the cracks on the slabs of concrete, and as stuff grows in it, the roots and the plants themselves push it apart and crack it. And so every time you get a piece of life growing between the concrete, it makes the concrete separate and crack a little more, which makes larger seeds and larger plants grow into it, cracking it more and more. So the more life there is, the more life there can be in places like this where the concrete's being turned back to a healthy land base. Interesting. In areas like this, where the water is draining to a certain point, because we have a drain here in the center, and everything is kind of shaped so that water flows towards it, you get a buildup of sediment like this, and things start to grow in it. And so as more and more sediment pools into this area, and we get dirt, we can actually get plants growing totally away from cracks in the ground. They're actually growing on top of the cement. And so slowly it's just becoming soil on top of it. And those plants will slowly compact or destroy the concrete underneath. So you don't even have to have a crack for things to grow in. They can grow right on top of it. Another 10 years it might look totally overgrown. If you don't know what this is, this could have been maybe a little bit of grass in the middle of what could have been like a mini mall or something. Maybe there was a tree plant in the middle that died, but it's just like a big little island of grass and life. So this is another area where sediment from both areas, a lot of it probably just broken up concrete or dead leaves and stuff like that, are just washing towards this drain, but it gets clogged up, and so the sediment gets backed up, and you get all this life going on. You get weeds, you get some kind of rain, and a bunch of things. And because there's more life here, it'll clog up even more stuff, and it'll get pushed back further and further. And again, in a matter of years, we might be able to see this entire area of concrete suddenly covered in plant life, just because sediment builds up. This is some kind of cheap tile they must be putting down for whatever this is going to be. I don't know what it's made of, but you can pull it up real easy and you can see whatever kind of stuff they're using to adhere to the floor, like some nasty glue. But it comes up real easy. And things might start to live in here. Little insects may live under here, plants may get enough sediment to start growing, but it's all falling apart. Must have been some kind of statue or little, I don't know, it's a real raised area of concrete, and whatever this is falling apart. There's lots of insects living underneath it, lots of plant life, and it's kind of cool. So it's just more tile getting smashed up, and even the floor itself is kind of coming up, whatever this floor is, or even if it was a floor. Everything's breaking. There's a grasshopper. Some kind of cricket. Vines are growing over it, probably helping them smash it up, but tear up this whole thing. It's not very strong. It's being smashed up already. Shouldn't be here for very long. These are cracks that they weren't here originally. These have been cracks from either getting cold and then thawing and cracking, or just little plants are getting into these tiny little bits and cracking it up. But there's huge cracks on this area that have come after this place was abandoned. We're thinking maybe this was supposed to be a bathroom because there was drains and also this really crappy tile that's slowly coming apart. So I suppose the lesson is that if we just leave the land alone, life will take care of it. Life takes it back. You don't need to restore it. You don't need to worry about it. If it's left alone, this happens and things start living here again. Are you filming?
I'm not.